Hello and welcome, my name is Bubba Fabes and welcome to another episode of In the Mind of a Player. This is the series where I'll teach you guys tips and tricks narrated through my own gameplay to give you guys the best idea, and today we're going to be talking about Blitz. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my latest shield guide. I'll link it down below as well as the end of this video to help you guys out. So without further delay, this is In the Mind of a Player. Getting started, remembering to always drone out. It doesn't matter which operator you pick, it is always a good idea. Provide you that extra information and intel to help you with your decisions. I was getting a call out that there's someone located in pillars, so I was peeking over to see if I could get an easy shot from above, but that is not the case. Now this first kill is going to be not much to talk about. Basically, I find him underneath the table here. Now really, I could probably have flashed him. Fired a bunch of shots into him. He was more or less panicking. Give me the opportunity to go ADS, but like I said, I should have flashed him. It would have taken away all opportunity for him to shoot me. But moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about ADS and when to and when not to, and there's a lot of different kind of situations, and one thing to remember is sometimes you're given a window of opportunity, so you want to make sure you're skilled with the pistol to make use of this window of opportunity. This is an example of when not to go ADS. He had full advantage over me. He wasn't really surprised. He was able to go ADS, fully focus on me. I'm lucky to get away. If you're going to go ADS, don't forget to not stand still and bob and weave, and backing up was the only thing that saved me. The next thing, now we're going to go into a bit of a chase scene, but I have to be careful around corners not to get baited. If he decided to run towards me and I didn't get that flash off, he could have meleeed me and killed me. This next part, as it's around a medium distance, which is prime for that hip-fired shots. As you can notice, I landed a few into him. This is either going to drive him towards me in a panic to rush me, or it's going to push him further away, in which it does. Now, seeing him run around that corner, knowing his back is turned, this is my window of opportunity for me to go ADS. He's a little bit off guard, but the window of opportunity is only about 3 or 4 shots, and I'm able to land the headshot to get that kill. If I stayed ADS any longer, he was already turned around. He could have got the headshot on me, or the chase just would have continued longer if I pulled back from my ADS. So now remember, if you're going to go for those shots, make them quick, make them count, and make sure he's not already able to focus on you. You have to watch for those windows of opportunity. Now pushing forward, I'm going to lay down some smokes. This is going to cover the plant. While he's doing that, I want to draw attention away from him. Coming up to a doorway, not a lot of people know, but a doorway is a really good counter to Blitz. And this is because I can't check either side. I know there's probably someone behind one of these mirrors, but the only way for me to know is to fully expose my back to one of the sides. Luckily enough, I was able to hear a mirror on the right side, and I was just hoping that no one was laying down further on the left. So keep that in mind if you're playing Blitz or trying to counter him. Close range, I could have flashed her, but instead I go for the hip fire, quickly taking her down. The last player in here, again, poor time to ADS. You could have easily gotten that headshot on me. Again, I need to myself learn not to ADS so much. It's going to get me killed. Instead, learn to flash your opponent and continue on from there. So now we're going to quickly move forward because there's a lot to talk about. And this one, it's going to be relative to the next clip I talk about, kind of protecting bombs, but it can be pretty universal in its use. As you can notice right there, what I ended up doing was I pushed up too far in a situation where the enemy had protection behind that wall. All they had to do was run around that corner, and all of a sudden they're right up in my face. That is not where I want them to be. It allowed him to instantly appear, melee my shield, and get some shots off on me. The position that I want to be in is actually kind of where I am right now that's happening in this video. I want to be in that medium range to him and force him that if he wants to take shots off at me, I'm going to have somewhat accuracy with my hip fire. And then if he wants to approach me, he's going to have to run out in the open. It's going to give me time to use my flash on him and then melee him myself. That would have been the prime example of what I should have done. Now to compare that to this next clip, this is what I do properly. As you notice, we're going to be able to get the bomb planted. This is my job here, is to watch these stairs. And you notice that there's a much longer range that I'm holding back from. This is going to allow that distance that works primary for the Blitz player. It makes it so that it forces the player into that medium range. There's no way that he's going to be able to get up those stairs without me being able to get a couple of hip fire shots and force him into a dangerous position. As he does that, he forces to come up. I'm going to flash him and back off. That way, it protects me a little bit, because when a player gets flashed, they're either going to spray and pray or they're going to do that melee right there. I backed off far enough, and then I approached him and I was able to get that easy kill. Next up, we're going to talk about pushing and advancing with Blitz, because that is what he's made for. He's made for pushing the objective and forcing the defenders back and kind of advancing on them to get those kills. I'm able to talk to my teammates and learn that the B bomb site's clear. That is one angle that I don't necessarily have to worry so much about. So now all I need to do is worry about the players to my right and the one that I know that's in the bathroom. As I push up, they're both going to be in the doorway, and even though they're still generally straight ahead of me, the angles that they have are still somewhat dangerous to me, and I'm able to still balance my shield between them both and not get killed from them. I'm able to bait out the C4. Using the hiding spot here, if I didn't have that, that would have put me in a very dangerous position, so try to use this kind of cover to your advantage as you push up. Now, my goal as a Blitz is to try to be able to get the defenders on their own and trap them, like in this situation here. He rushed towards me. He did hit my shield, but I was able to blind him. You notice I turned to the right because I bring my shield up to the left when my shield gets hit. That's going to still give me some cover from his panic spray. Back off a little bit, let that pre-fired shots go wild, and then I approach him. Next defender, again, I'm able to pick him off alone. He's kind of trapped in here. I'm able to bounce up and down and push forward. Again, get in that range where I can flash him. He's able to turn away. I can visually see his player animation, bring up his arm. That lets me know that he's flashed. A lot of times you can flash someone, but unless you see that, they're probably not flashed. They can probably still see, so take in mind that you want to see that animation if you want to risk going ADS and take those shots. Now I'm going to move on to a clip demonstrating pretty much the same thing, but what not to do. I still end up ahead in this clip, but it doesn't mean it's right. So for example, the first thing I want to talk about is bringing smokes. It's probably the best equipment that you can bring on Blitz, because you can use it to cover some flanks and angles that you're not necessarily sure about. For example, we have the A bomb site door, we had got the hallway, and we got the stairs, which is most likely defenders playing at. But again, I would normally smoke that out, but instead I just exposed my entire back to them. A big mistake on what to do. Not only that is, I'm sitting here and I'm probably being called out, so it doesn't take much for a defender to come around and shoot me from behind. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about this bomb site in general. There's so many angles from the left as well as cover that's easy for a defender to hide in. The entire left, I know that there's a defender to the right that I'm trying to kill, but I don't know if the rest of this bomb site's clear. So doing this right here, I just exposed my entire side to any possible defender there. The next thing is, not only is my left side exposed, but that entire wall's open up, and that there's even players in there. I should have backed out, because now I'm completely exposed on all my sides, and now I go ADS in a really bad time. I get the kill even though I shouldn't have. I was ADS and not moving. My head was completely exposed for an easy headshot from a defender. This clip did work out, but the main thing I want to tell you is focus on defenders that can only attack you directly. As soon as there starts to be possible angles and situations like that, that is not the opportune time for a Blitz to push in. You got to know the angles, you got to know the defenders, and then take advantage of the direct contact. It's got to be pretty linear between you, that defender, and other possible defenders. So this clip that we're looking at here is, again, the linear gameplay that we're talking about. I need to make sure I can clear this left side, that there's no enemies in there. I do get taken into a couple of shots. The danger of that kind of close quarters that allows the attacker to come around and melee my shield. Luckily enough, I got the flash off. I backed up though because I wasn't sure. Being overconfident that you flash someone can result into getting killed. So when I usually flash, I'll usually back off a little bit. It'll avoid that possibility of getting shot, flanked, or, you know, if he was flashed or not. It gives me that time to figure that out and take my next moves. Hiding here in the corner, this is going to protect my right side from a long distance shot, but again, it also puts me at disadvantage if someone comes around that corner. but kind of trying to stay very linear in this and protected. I'm worried about someone coming down that hallway, which we see right here. So again, flash as I back off. I don't know if he's flashed or not, but I hear that reload. I come around that corner and I see him reloading. Boom, my window of opportunity. That means it's safe for me to go ADS. Now, what happens next is Blitz greed. Not checking my corners, running through these exploded doorways, just looking for that last kill. And that's the result of that. So try to avoid that if you can. Avoid that blitz greed. Take your time. There's no reason to fully rush in, guns blazing, because you might miss those opportunities. If someone was behind that couch, then I would have been dead too. So keep all of that in mind. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to learn something, learn what to do and what not to do, and get you a little bit more information about Blitz, as well as if you liked this video and you want to know more about shields, I'm going to link below and as well as on the screen my previous shield guide. Go ahead and check that out, as well as leave a comment down below on what kind of the next in the mind of a player you want to see. I'll probably actually do Montaigne to continue on with the shield guides, but let me know what you want to see and I'll keep that in mind for the following video. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I will see you later.